Hi everyone, welcome to MyMax Academy. In this session, we'll continue on pair of linear equations in two variables chapter for 10th standard CBSE Max. So we will continue on exercise 3.3, page number 53. So page number 53 in your textbook, exercise 3.3, right? 3.3. So question number 1, solve the following pair of linear equations by substitution method. The first question has 6 sub questions. We'll do the first one in first. So what is the first question? X plus y equal to 14 and x minus y equal to 4. Now we need to solve these two equations. This is equation 1, equation 2. We need to solve them using substitution method. So the substitution method means we'll have to express one variable in terms of other, then we have to substitute. You can watch my previous video to get the understanding of substitution method. We can equation 2. So let's solve this. Now how do we solve this? So first we should check. We should take the equation which has either coefficient of x is 1 or coefficient of y is 1. Any equation which has the coefficient is 1. Here all of them have 1. This is 1, this is 1, this is 1, this is minus 1. Minus 1 is also okay. So which means we can take any equation. So to start with, we can take any equation. I'll take equation 1. What is that? X plus y equal to 14. Now we have to write x in terms of y, which means we should keep x here and move everything to the other side. So x is equal to 14. This plus y goes here, to become minus y, right? So the value of x is what? X can be written as 14 minus y. This is the meaning of writing x in terms of y. Right, now after that we need to substitute this value in 2. So we have got this from the first equation. From the first equation we got x is equal to 14 minus y. We will substitute that in the second equation. So substituting x is equal to 14 minus y in 2. So we are going to substitute this in the second equation. We should not substitute in the first equation because this x is coming from the first equation. So you should, when you are taking x from the first equation, you should substitute in the second equation. Suppose there may be scenario where you may not have to take x from the second equation. In that case, you are substituting the first equation. See, here we could have taken second equation also, but we have to choose. Preferably, the first option would be to choose a equation which has coefficient as 1 for either x or y. Here everything has coefficient as 1. So we can choose any equation and start with. So substituting this in 2. So substitute that in 2. So what is 2? Equation 2 is x minus y is equal to 4. Now substitute x is equal to 14 minus y here. In the place of x, I am going to put 14 minus y. That is x. Then minus, I have this y. This is x. 14 minus y is x. Equal to 4. So this becomes minus. So 14 minus y is minus 2y equal to 4. With minus 2y is equal to 4 minus 14. Minus 14 goes this side. It will become plus 4. So minus 2y is equal to minus 10. Y is equal to minus 10 by minus 2. This 2 comes this side. So y becomes 5. What is the value of y? Y is 5. We have found y is 5. Now we should substitute y is equal to 5 in this to find x. See, ultimately we need to find both x and y. So after finding y, we'll substitute. Or I can do it. So substituting. SUB means substituting. Substituting y is equal to 5 in where? In this equation. Where we have written x in terms of y. In x is equal to 14 minus y. Now what do we get? So x is equal to 14 minus y. Y is what? 5. Substitute that. So you get x is equal to 9. Right? So we have found the solution. So the answer is, I can write here. So the answer is x is equal to 9 and y is equal to 5. That is the answer. X is equal to 9 and y equal to 5. So that is the solution for this. You can verify if you substitute these two values 9 and 5 here, you should get 14. Substitute x is equal to 9 here and y is equal to 5 here. 9 plus 5. What is 9 plus 5? 14. And same value 9 and 5 if you substitute here. So 9 minus 5. What is 9 minus 5? 4. You are getting this 4. So which means your answer is right. So that way you can verify. So whenever you solve an equation and you find the value of x and y, You have to substitute back in this and then check whether they satisfy. If they satisfy, which means your answer is right. Just for your satisfaction, you can check the verification. It's not required in your exam, right? Fine. So next, second sum. Second sum is second problem. In first, second problem. So what it is in first, second problem is s minus t equal to 3. Then s by 3 plus t by 2. S by 3 plus t by 2 equal to 6. So this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. See, whenever you have the linear equations in two variables, here the variables are s and t. This is t. T. Whenever you have linear equations in two variables, first we should make sure that there is no denominator. This has fraction, basically s by 3, t by 2. So we should always express this in this form: a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. This is the general form of linear equations in two variables. So generally we should avoid having the denominator. So how do we avoid this? So this equation is fine. It does not have any denominator. So 1 is fine. So 2 we have to simplify something. So what do we call it as? So now let's take this. So s by 3 plus t by 2 equal to 6. Let's first simplify this. Then we will solve. Right? First we will simplify this and then we can solve. So what do we get here? So if we simplify this, if you add these two, so LCM is 6. So it becomes 2s plus 3t equal to 6. So you'll get 2s plus 3t equal to 6 goes here, that is 6. So this is equation 2. So the same 2 I have written in this form. Right, now we can take these two equations and solve. So what we have done, the given equation is these two. Just to avoid having the denominator, we have simplified this second equation. We have got it like an equation without any denominator. Now we will have to solve this and this. So s minus t is equal to 3. This is one equation. The other one is 2s plus 3t equal to 36. So we need to solve these two equations. We call this as 1. Again we can call this as 2. They both are equal. This 2s plus 3t equal to 36 and s by 3 plus t by 3 both are equal. The same equation only. Only thing is we have changed the second equation in such a way that there is no denominator. Now we should solve this using substitution method. So now what do? We will look at the one which has coefficient as 1. First, if the coefficient is not 1 for anything, then you can take any one equation and write s in terms of y or t in s in terms of t or t in terms of s. Now here which has coefficient 1, now here s. What is the coefficient of s? S is 1. So we can take this equation. Right? So we'll take this equation and we will write s in terms of y. So s minus t equal to 3, which means what is the value of s? S becomes, t goes this side. So 3 minus t goes here, it becomes plus t. So now we are going to substituting s is equal to 3 plus t in what? In second equation. Because this came from the first equation. From this we got s. Why we chose this equation? We can take this and also we can try to find s in terms of y. But we chose this because this had the coefficient of this was 1. S coefficient was 1. So we took this and then that is easy to express s in terms of t. Now we are going to substitute s is equal to 3 plus t in 2. So what is 2 equation? Second equation is 2s plus 3t equal to 36. Then we will have 2 into s is 3 plus t plus 3t equal to 36. So here you have to be careful. Whenever you are writing s as in terms of two terms, one s is becoming as two terms, then you have to put a bracket. So instead of s, I am putting 3 plus t. So s is 3 plus t. So 2, s is 3 plus t. Then this is 3t equal to 36. So 2 3s are 6. 2t plus 3t equal to 36. I am multiplying here. 2 3s are 6. 2 into t is 2t. Then 6 plus 5t equal to 36. 6 plus 5t equal to 36. So we get, I am writing this again. So 6 plus 5t equal to 36. Equation 2. By mistake I erased this. Sorry. So 5t equal to 36 minus 6. 5t is equal to 30. T is equal to 30 by 5, which means t is equal to 6. Now we have found the value of t. Now we should find the value of s. Right? Now t equal to 6, substitute the t equal to 6 in this. S is equal to 3 plus t. So we know we have s is equal to 3 plus t. Now substituting t is equal to 6 in s is equal to 3 plus t. We are going to substitute t equal to 6. SUB means substituting. Substituting t is equal to 6 in where? In this equation. S is equal to 3 plus t. Because here we will get s. If I substitute for t, the value of t, I will get s. So my s becomes s is equal to 3 plus t and t is 6. So s is equal to 3 plus 6 because t is 6. So you get s is equal to 9. So the answer is s is equal to 9 and t is equal to 6. Again, you can know, as I said in the previous problem, you can substitute these two. S is equal to 9, put t is equal to 6. You will get s minus t will be what? 9 minus 6. What is 9 minus 6? You get this 3. So similarly, if you substitute 9 and 6 here, 9 by 3 is 3. 6, this is 6. So 6 by 2 is also 3. So 3 plus 3 is 6. So this value is satisfying both the equations, which means your answer is correct. Right? So this is the one. Now let's do the next one, third one. Let's do in the third problem. In the third problem. Fine. First question, third problem. So what it is? The given equation is 3x. Oh, what is the equation? Sorry, it is not clear in my book. 3x minus y. 1 second. Exercise 3.3, third problem. Okay. Okay. So we will do the third problem. Third problem is, I think the question is 3x minus, I don't know, it's not printed properly in my book. So minus y, I don't know what it is. So we'll do that. So 3x minus y equal to 3. Then 9x minus 3y equal to 9. Fine. I think this is what my book says. In case if there is an error, then it could be a typo error or the printing mistake in the book. So this is what is given in my book. 3x minus y equal to 3. 9x minus 3y equal to 9. Hope this is what is given in your textbook too. Just check it. So 1 and 2. Now we need to solve this using substitution method. So again, what I told you to look for the equation. Look for the equation where the coefficient is either 1 or minus 1. Which has coefficient 1 or minus 1? This one. This is 3. What is the coefficient of y? Y is minus 1. So we'll take this one. So here it is 9 and 3. So only one thing is having minus 1. The coefficient should be either 1 or minus 1. So we'll take this equation, first equation. So 3x minus y equal to 3. Now let's try to find the value of y. So whichever coefficient is 1 or minus 1, that variable you will keep here. The other variables you will move through to the other side. So you'll get minus y equal to 3. This 3x goes here. It will become minus 3x. Minus y stays here. 3x goes here. Right? Then we can write. Then you can remove this minus. So which means you can say y is equal to, if this minus goes here, this will make this 3. So I will multiply throughout by minus. So this will become plus. This will become minus 3. This will become plus 3x. I'm changing the sign of minus throughout. So that I get y as plus. We should not have minus y here. We should have only y. We should have only y, which means throughout I'll multiply by 1, I'll get this. So y is this. Now substituting y is equal to minus 3 plus 3x in the second equation. So we took it from the first equation. Then we should substitute that. So if you substitute that, what do we get? We get 9x minus 3y equal to 9. So 9x minus 3 into what is y? Y is minus 3 plus, so minus 3 plus 3x equal to 9. Right? So what we get? So I'm substituting in the place of y, I'm substituting minus 3 plus 3x. In the place of y, I'm substituting this. So we get 9x minus 3 into plus 9. This is minus 9x equal to 9. This is plus 9x minus 9x. They'll get cancelled. You get 9 equal to 9. I told you, whenever you get 9 equal to 9, right, both the numbers are equal, then which means we'll say this condition is always true and the given set of equation has infinitely many solutions. We can stop there. So we'll say this is always true. The above is always true. Above means this 9 equal to 9 is always true. Therefore, the equations have infinitely many solutions. Equation has infinitely many solutions. Fine. So then we can stop here. So this is the final answer. It has infinitely many solutions. We can't keep listing all the solutions because it has infinitely many. Fine. So whenever your number matches, you will say it has infinitely many solutions, and then you will stop it. Okay. So the next one is problem number 4. Let me erase this. So fourth problem in the first same exercise 3.3. In the first fourth subdivision. So what is the question? Question is 0.2x plus 0.3y equal to 1.3, 0.4x plus 0.5y equal to 2.3. Fine. So these are given in terms of decimals. But don't get scared, because generally when we get decimal or square root or fraction, we always get scared, right? So pretty simple. Again, we can remove the decimal. So everything is having how many decimal places? 1 decimal places. Everything has 1 decimal places. So in this case, you can multiply all these decimals with 10. So we'll say multiplying 1 by 10, which means equation 1 by 10, and 2 equation also by 10. And we are going to multiply the equation 1 and equation 2 by 10. So each term. So if I multiply equation 1 with 10, what do I get? So this becomes, so 10 into 0.2. So 10 into 0.2x plus 10 into 0.3y equal to 10 into 1.3. So that will become 10 into 0.2x means 2x. 10 into 0.3 is 3. So 3y equal to 10 into 1.3 is 13. 10 into 1.3 is 13. So we have got the same one equation is written like this. We will still call this as 1. The same one, equation 1, I have rewritten like in this form. That is still, we can call that as 1. Now again, second equation we should multiply by 10. So each variable, each term. So that means 0.4x into 10 or 10 into 0.4x, doesn't matter. So 10 into 0.4x plus 10 into 0.5y 5y equal to 10 into 2.3. So why we are multiplying throughout by 10? Because we want to remove the decimal from the term. So we need to have only hope. We can, if you have one number, it is easy. Even then you can solve by keeping the decimal only. Only thing is we have to be careful with decimal. If there is a chance to change the decimals to whole numbers by multiplying with 10 or 100 or 1000, depending on how many decimal places we have. So here we have only one decimal place. After decimal we have only one number. After point we have only one number. So we have to multiply by 10 throughout. So if I multiply this second equation by 10, what does second equation become? 10 into 0.4 is 4x plus 10 into 0.5 is 5y equal to 10 into 2.3 is 23. 10 into 2.3 is 23. Now this is your second equation. Now we should solve these two equations and find the value of x and y. So how do we do this? So let's write that. So the equations are 2x plus 3y equal to 13. This is 1. And then 4x plus 5y equal to 23. Now we should solve these two equations. I am still putting the same number 1 and 2. Now again, first we should check what. It's same as how we did the earlier problems. We have to check which has coefficient 1. None of them is having coefficient 1. Coefficient of x is 2, coefficient of y is 3, here x is 4, right? And here y is 5. If none of them have coefficient 1, then we can take any equation. See, always you can take any equation. But if you take the equation which has the coefficient 1, x coefficient is 1 or y coefficient is 1, then the process will be little easy. If not also it is easy only. That case it will become very easy. So here nothing is 1, so we can take anything. I'll take the first equation. So 2x plus 3y equal to 13. Now we should keep x alone here, move everything to the other side. You can keep y also or x also, doesn't matter. So y goes here, it will become 13 minus 3y. So my x becomes 13 minus 3y by 2. This 2 comes here. So from the first equation, from this, we got this. Now we should substituting x is equal to 13 minus 3y by 2 in what? In second equation. Because we got this from the first equation, we need to substitute that in the second equation. So if you substitute in the second equation, what do we get? Erasing this also. Sorry, we are in page number 53. Exercise 3.3. Just putting that also. Page number 53, exercise 3.3. The continuation of this. Now substituting that in to what is 2? 2 is 4x plus 5y equal to 23. So in this we are going to substitute x as 13 minus 3y by 2. So it becomes 4 into what is x? X is 13 minus 3y by 2. So 13 minus 3y by 2 plus 5y equal to 23. Right? So 4 into x. X is what? X is 13 minus 3y by 2. This whole value. You have taken, put it in the place of x. Plus 5y equal. So now 2 and 4 will get cancelled. 2 times 13 is 26 minus 6y plus 5y equal to 23. Now 26 minus y equal to 23. So my y minus y equal to 23 minus 26. So minus y equal to minus 3. So y becomes 3. Y becomes 3. Don't stop with minus 1. You have to find y, not minus 1. Now y is 3. Now substituting. Now we need to find the value of x. Substituting y is equal to 3 in what? In this one. In x is equal to 13 minus 3y by 2. What do we get? Now substitute y is equal to 3 in 13 minus 3y by 2. So now x becomes 13 minus 3 into y. Y is 3 by 2. So x is equal to 13 minus 9 by 2. So x is equal to 4 by 2, which gives me x is equal to 2. So what is my final answer? My answer is x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. So if you substitute x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3, it will satisfy. So if you substitute x is equal to 2 here, 2 into 0.2 is 0.4, then 3 into 0.3 is 0.9, 0.4 plus 0.9 is 1.3. So similarly, if you substitute x is equal to 2 and y equal to 3 here, x is equal to means 0.4 into 2 is 0.8, 0.5 into 3 is 1.5, 0.8 plus 1.5 is 2.3. So our answer is correct. Or you can substitute in this also and check it. If you substitute 2 and 3, 2 2s are 4, then y is 3, 3 3s are 9, 4 plus 9 is 13. If you substitute x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3 here, 4 2s are 8, 5 3s are 15, 8 plus 15 is 23. So which means our answer is right. Fine. We'll go to the next sum, which is the fifth problem. Let me raise this. In the first, we are going to do the fifth problem in the first. So in the first fifth problem. So what is the question? So root 2x plus root 3y equal to 0. Then root 3x minus root 8y equal to 0. Right? So very easy. Again, this is, don't get scared. Right? When we get square root, we get scared. Right? Even I was scared when I was a small kid, but now I am not. We have done many problems with square root. So don't get scared. It's easy. So now what we'll do is, again we have to check for, we have to solve this. So this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. We have to solve one, find the value of x and y. Okay. So now what we do is, we will have to see which coefficient is 1. So coefficient of x is root 2, coefficient of y is root 3. Here coefficient of x is root 3, coefficient of y is root 8. None of them is having coefficient of x or coefficient of y is 1 here. So which means we can take any equation. We'll generally take the first equation. What is this? So root 2x plus root 3y equal to 0. Now write x in terms of y. So root 2x will become minus root 3y. So this plus root 3y goes here, it will become minus root 3y. So my x will become minus root 3y by 2, my root 2. This root 2 will come down. What will be my x? My x will become by root 2. Fine. So then let's substitute. Right. So this root 2 will come down. It is in the numerator, root 2 into x. When root 2 comes this side, it will become by root. So now let's substitute that. So substituting x is equal to minus root 3y by root 2 in 2, second equation. Right? We get what we get. So if you substitute that, then you get root 3x minus root 8y equal to 0. This is your second equation. In this, we are going to substitute x as minus root 3y by root 2. So root 3 into x is minus root 3y by root 2 minus root 8y equal to 0. Fine? Right? In the place of x, we have put minus root 3y by root 2. Now this will become root 3 into root 3 is 3. So it will become minus root 3 into root 3 is 3y by root 2 minus root 8y equal to 0. Now we should add them. Right? Or what we can do, we can do fraction addition. This is by 1. So LCM is, either you can go for LCM, but when square root and all comes, you may not know how to do. So the other way to add the fraction is 8y means this is by 1. You can do this into this. So 1 into this, root 2 into this by this into this. So whenever you have a fraction like this, a by b, you may be knowing this, I'm still writing for you, a by b plus c by d. Either you can take LCM and add the fraction or subtract the fraction, or what you can do is you can do like this, a into d, ad. So this into this first, a into d plus this plus b into c is bc divided by b into d, bd. You can always do this. Either you can take LCM or you can do this way, right? So first this one, don't do bc, first a into d plus b into c by b into d. So I'm going to do the same thing. You see, this you can do for any fraction. This you can do for any. So if you have 1 by 3 plus, suppose if I want to add 2 by 3 with suppose 5 by 4, then this can be written as 2 into 4 plus 3 into 5 3 into 5 divided by 3 into 4. 3 into 4. So that gives you 8 plus 15 by 12, which gives me 23 by 12. So you can add like this also. You can add like this also. So now if you add this, so what do we get? So 1 into, so minus 3y into 1 is minus 3y. Then root 2 into root 8 is minus, root 2 into root 8 is root 16 dy by root 2 into 1 is root 2. Clear? So this into this minus this into this divided by the root number, like this, how it is. So this into this into this into this, then by this. So that is equal to 0. Then root 2 will go this side. So we'll get minus 3y minus, what is root 16? Root 16 is 4. So 4y. Root of 16 is 4. Square root of 16 is 4. Equal to 0 into this root 2 will go this side. It will become into root 2. So we'll get minus 3y minus 4y minus 7y equal to 0 into root 2 is 0. So you get y is equal to 0 by minus 7, which is 0. So we got y as 0. Now we should find x. To find x, what do we do? To find x, what do we do? We will substitute. Now substitute y is equal to 0 in, substitute y is equal to 0 in this one. In x is equal to minus root 3y by root 2. We substitute x, y is equal to 0 here. What is my x? My x becomes minus root 3 into 0 by root 2. So value is 0. Because root 3 into 0 is 0, 0 by root 2 is 0. Therefore, answer is x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. Clear? So, value is x is equal to 0 and y equal to 0. So, that is the solution for that. Right? Then, so we will stop here. Then we will continue the rest from the next video. You can watch my next video for the continuation of this, where I will do in the first problem, sixth one is there, which I will do, and then I will continue the rest of the problems in this exercise. So please watch my next video for the continuation of this. Thank you.